That voice singing that song had Hoosiers standing, cheering, and applauding for as long as they could at the opening ceremony of the Indianapolis 500. And now there is a push to get the man who sang Back Home Again in Indiana back again next year. RTV6's Mark Mullins spoke to Jim Cornelison, who for the first time is sharing his thoughts on returning to the track for the 102nd running of the race.
Right now, there's a huge social media push to get the man who took a long-standing tradition and took it to the next level to come back here to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see.
Jim Cornelison is typically the voice that fills the United Center in Chicago before the Blackhawks take the ice. He sings the national anthem before the home games. But now, after his visit to the track to sing Back Home Again in Indiana, so many fans have been reaching out on social media, calling for the trained opera singer to belt out that tune again next year and the year after that for as long as he'll do it. Even IMS President Doug Bowles tweeting, "Okay, IMS fans, tell him how much we liked him and that there's another one of these in 365 days. We caught up with Jim Cornelison in Chicago over FaceTime, and he's open to the idea of picking up and carrying on the tradition.
I'm a singer. I've been a singer a long time, and I'll tell you, I've never, ever been able to hire myself. Funny that, huh? So, I think that everybody's happy with it. And, the guys at the track, they got to, they'll think about what they want to do. They'll let me know.
For decades, since 1972 until 2014, Jim Neighbors sang Back Home Again in Indiana before the start of the Indy 500. Health issues ended that run. As for Cornelison, even though he grew up in Washington State, he got his Masters of Music right here in the Hoosier State at IU. At the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Mark Mullins, RTV6.
We did pose the question to IMS President Doug Bowles, asking if organizers are planning to hire Cornelison for the next year. But so far, we have not heard a definitive answer.